Hello, this is Solomon Davis, Rightside Trader. Today is December 5th, 2024, and this is a quick little review of some trades using VWAP, anchored VWAP on the Thinkorswim platform. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading. So please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right, let's jump right over here to this anchored VWAP thing. This is something new for me. It has been brought to my attention probably over a year ago. Then somebody else mentioned it to me again. Then just recently, somebody else mentioned it to me again. And I kind of like, maybe I should take a look at this thing. So again, right quick on the Thinkorswim on the Thinkorswim platform, they do have some nice videos explaining how to use their anchored VWAP, which is this right here. I'll move this over just a little bit. Their anchored VWAP. They have videos out there, so if you want to learn more about how to use it and how to set it up, just go to them and see it and see that video. This is another one that was out there and all that I found. This is let me see, how can I bring that over. Let me see let me see if I can find that page. I should have it down here somewhere. Right here. Here it is. And let me bring that over right quick. These guys right here, this is where I got this other one, and it's a pretty nice one also. This is not it right here. I was looking at something else. But they have a lot of stuff that's out there and all, and it's free. So that's another one that you can look, that will work on your Thinkorswim platform. But what I want to do here is kind of like take a quick look at a few days. I've been studying this for like past couple of weeks, but I just want to take a look at a video of a few days of actually how I'm looking at it and what I'm thinking about, how I'm thinking about using it. All right. So first of all, one of the things that I'm thinking about the way I'm going to use it, and I need to anchor it at least a couple of days before the time that I'm actually using it. I might also, with this other one, I can anchor. I'm trying also checking out, should I anchor it that morning? Because that morning usually you get a significant amount of volume right at opening, and use that as my anchor. Or should I use the day before? Those are a couple things. Or should I use the week before? Or should I use the month? The beginning of the month. Wherever I see that significant volume at. Where should the thing is? Number one, where should I anchor it at? And all. That's the thing. You can see the anchor point here. This is that custom one. This is that one that is free, the blue line. The TD Ameritrade anchored VWAP line is this one right here. I do have a couple of moving averages on here. Let me just take those off so it won't be any problem there. And then the other two lines that I have on here is this red line, which is a two standard deviation line to the top, and this brown line is a 2 standard deviation line to the bottom. And this down here is my volume indicator that I've created. Let me try to see, okay, do I have sell volume or do I have buying volume going on at the time? And it's as you can see, it's work in progress. So that's that. So this was anchored, as you can see, this morning. This was on December 2nd, which was just this past Monday, and I'm looking at it now for this video to see how well that would have worked. I was already had a bias to the downside because of what I had reviewed over the weekend and all. So, and with this VWAP thing, a VWAP, how you guys, somebody will correct me on that. How is it VWAP or VWAP? Me. But here it did play out to the downside. Underneath the downside, also we can see the sellers actually got into play, and it did play all the way down to a standard deviation though right away. And did it. One of the other things, watching some other videos and other people out there how they were using it, it does on the Thinkorswim platform with this 2 standard deviation. It can get where it rides along this line and get underneath this line, and this line started acting as support or resistance. That's the other thing that I noticed. But as you can see, sometimes it may not be the best thing to look for doing a mean reversion, going back to the mean at the VWAP line might be a good trade. But now looking to take that a breakout of the VWAP trade of the VWAP line, taking a trade based on that, sometimes may not be the best thing to do. What I'm looking at a 5-minute chart. And as we can see, we did get a kind of like a pattern up here based on my whole candle pattern thing back to the downside. Maybe you didn't want to take that, me being aggressive, maybe you didn't want to take that trade until it got underneath one of these VWAP lines. This is the Thinkorswim VWAP line. This is the custom VWAP line. And the thing is, these two might be a little bit different. I noticed that the custom VWAP line didn't use open in its calculation. The Thinkorswim VWAP line may be using open price in its calculation. That might be the differences that we're seeing. And plus, and I don't know if they all use open or don't use open or not. And plus, they are anchored in two different places. This one is anchored at 9:30. This one is anchored like at 12 o'clock or something in the morning and all. So that's the difference why you're seeing the difference in the two lines right here at this time. But as we can see, once it did get above, it started acting as support, and it did start going up there, and it did, based on other candle things, you probably could have got an entry to the upside. But now let's go ahead and see if I can move this to the next day and take a look at another day. And here's another day. Now the lines have come together under VWAP, selling pressure, and selling downtrending, expecting this thing to go to the downside and to second standard deviation line. Played out really good that day and all, and even went further as we can see and all, and started trending down. So that's that. You got your reversal started happening, your consolidation, that time frame, and my indicators told me, oh, the buyers are coming in, be done and all. So that worked out pretty good that day and all. Let's go to the next day. Here, this day, under VWAP, expecting to go under VWAP, mean green candle to the upside, want to go long and all, but now I ended up closing, just above VWAP. Do I take it long here? Do I take it long on this pullback and all, and then expecting to go back? See, this day was a real tricky day, and I was trying to decide what to do using this VWAP. And no indicator is perfect, but that's the whole thing. You got to study these things long enough to see how price actually acts around these things to come up with a strategy that works for you and all. So what I'm seeing that at times on an index, I may get some crazy acting stuff like this and all, where, okay, should I go long? Should I play a VWAP breakout? Or should I wait for my pullback, then play the breakout and all? But again, it never really went anywhere in this earlier time. Let's move a little bit forward. As we can see, it still didn't go anywhere. Even trying to play it to the downside, it still didn't really go anywhere. Was there really a trade here at any time? That's the whole thing. You have to come up with a strategy to decide, did I ever have a trade here based on what was happening at this time and all? And again, using higher time frames, or I go to higher time frames and all, and that's why I did the video on a 15-minute time frame to kind of help me see things and all, and I might put that one out too and all. But this is what I see, and I can see how it just kind of dances around there, and then it did finally break down and all. So thing is, it had double tops where it was rejecting, trying to go up, but it was also finding support, and then it finally broke that support underneath VWAP, broke that support. But would you have taken that trade, on this break here, it ended up like some of this chop mess here? Or when do you take that trade to the downside? Do you take that trade to the downside on the next time it did this little pullback on your 5-minute chart and couldn't go any higher and all, finding, resistance at these points here and not even making it back to the VWAP line, but you're still above this supply line, you think, when you're trading this live, and you're still kind of concerned about that, and you still got to look at, okay, where's my target? My target is here, my stop is here, is this a good trade? That's the thing that we have to start coming up with and that's what I see there. But again, this pullback might have been the entry to take, with your stop being right here. That's only like 25 cents on the stop, and then a target going down to here ooh, that's 40.70, 39, that's over $1. So that's a 4-to-1. That's a 4-to-1 trade. So that would have been a good trade to the downside if you'd have got in there anywhere in this area. If you'd have waited for it to break this right here, at 40 and 39, that's still almost $1 you could have got out of that if you'd have rolled it all the way down. So that was still close to it. That's at least a 3-to-1 type trade, on that particular trade to the downside. So again, it's looking pretty good, but I'm seeing, just like always, you have to be patient with these things, And it did give you a bounce on this 2 standard deviation line here again. So let's go ahead. I think there's one more day here to take a quick look at. Today is Thursday, and we're going into Thursday now. Here, underneath VWAP, came up to VWAP, couldn't break it, do you take that trade right away? No, okay, is it really going to go down? You wait. You got a bearish looking, let me zoom in just here a little bit because you may not see what I see. You got a bearish looking pattern here, confirmation of that bearish looking pattern. You can get in at the bottom of this area right here, which is say 40.20, 40.20 with your target down to 39.20 That's a whole $1. And 40.20 back up to 40.80. That's like 60 cents, $1.60. That's only like a 2-to-1 maybe trade. Not the best trade because these standard deviation lines are getting kind of tight. This market has been kind of tight. Look like based on this market is getting kind of tight. So again, may not have been the best trade, but it was a possible trade, to the downside. And that's pretty much it. That's all I really want to share. This is the live current market right now and what's happening. But this is kind of like how I go about reviewing and looking at these things to see if they're going to work out. I like throwing a video out here like this for myself to go back to it to see what I was thinking about, this particular indicator at the time, and continue doing my study. That's it. Study, 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 practice, 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 and then I'll start doing some practice trades with this and see how well they work out. But this is Solomon, Rightside Trader. Hope you guys had a great week, having a great week, and I'll talk to you this weekend. Have a good one. Bye.